It's 11 questions on Alec Baldwin movies as picked by Patreon subscriber Alexis Eck. This is Trivia with Buds. And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out this show. It comes out every day, and I hope you dig it. If you want trivia on your phone, on your computer, in your ears every day, hit subscribe for those new episodes. They'll be downloaded right to your device, and you can check them out on your next road trip, on your next workout, on your next dog walk. This is a fun show to play with friends in a car if you're driving to Vegas or across the country or on a plane. It's a fun show to test your wits on. And we got little topics and categories for everybody. There's a little something for everybody on this show, from science to math to movies to television. It's all in there somewhere. Just search through the titles and see what you can find. And we got over 250 other episodes to check out. If you don't know me, I'm from Chicago. I now live in LA, and I do stand-up comedy occasionally, but I host trivia about 2 or 3 times a day, almost every day. And it's my favorite thing to do. And I turned it into a business, and I have an LLC called With Buds Productions, which sounds fancy. And this is what I do. I wake up, I record podcasts, I go, I meet with new venues, I set up shows, I do those shows, and I rinse and repeat. So thanks for being along on this journey. It's tons of fun. I have a Patreon page. If you like the show, you can donate money to me to help milk things and to help make this show bigger and better every single day. And about 15 or 16 people do that at the moment. I would love for you to throw a few bucks my way, from $1 to $30 to $50 actually. We have a bunch of different tiers. For $1, you get a thank you on the show, and all the way up to $50, you get all the questions that I ask on a monthly basis emailed to you in a big zip file. Maybe you're a trivia host. Maybe you just want to play along with what I do out here in LA, but you want to do it like at home for different parties every weekend. Maybe that's what you and your pals like to do. I will send you a zip file of all the slides that I do, and it might help you get your trivia business off the ground. If you need some content, if you need some questions, check that out. And in between the $1 and $50 tiers, there's a bunch of other tiers, from $7 to $12 to $15 to $20. There's a $30 t-shirt club that my friends Carrie and Manny are a part of, and they get a different t-shirt every month. So check it out if you like collectible stuff. I send out a lot of collectible stuff as well, including old trading cards in the wax packs from like the 80s and 90s. If you want some Mork and Mindy trading cards, you've come to the right place, because I have some of those. And for $5, you get to pick a topic that I'm supposed to do for you every month. And we got a topic today for Alexis Eck, all the way in Oklahoma. And she picked Alec Baldwin movies. So today's episode will be 11 questions about Alec Baldwin movies. I think it'll be kind of a fun one. It's not going to be super planned, so I'm going to kind of do it on the fly. And I'll explain more of that when we get to it. And we're going to get to it right now. I don't know why I led up to that like it's in 20 minutes. It's right now. It's in 4 seconds. So we're going to play a sound effect, and we'll get into those questions about Alec Baldwin movies for Patreon subscriber Alexis Eck right now. Here we go. All right, so for these 11 questions on Alec Baldwin movies, I'm just going to pull up a list of movies on my computer screen that he's been in, and I'm going to kind of, half-ass or drunkenly describe these movies to you, and you will have to try and guess what they are, okay? So here we go. This is your first question. Question number 1. In this Alec Baldwin movie, Alec Baldwin is married to Gina Davis. In this Alec Baldwin movie, he's married to Gina Davis. What do you think that one was? All right, question number 2, Alec Baldwin movies. In this Alec Baldwin movie, he plays a character named Alan Hunley. And I'll give you the hint that it's multiple movies. Alan Hunley, what Alec Baldwin movie series does he play Alan Hunley? Question number 3, on the cover or poster for this movie, he shares the cover or poster with Sean Connery. Number 3, what Alec Baldwin movie does he share the cover with Sean Connery? Number 4, in this Alec Baldwin movie, he does the voice of an infant. What Alec Baldwin movie does he do the voice of an infant? Number 5, Alec Baldwin movies. This one's one of my mom's favorite movies, I think. His ex-wife is Meryl Streep in this movie. What movie is that? Alec Baldwin, ex-wife Meryl Streep. Question 6 is famous for the line, "Coffee is for closers." Coffee is for closers. What Alec Baldwin movie is that? Coffee is for closers. Number 7 was a failed superhero movie starring Alec Baldwin in 1994. What movie was that? Failed superhero movie in 1994. Number 8, Alec Baldwin has the thickest Boston accent of his career, and it's about crime. What is that movie? Number 8, thickest Boston accent of his career, and it's about crime. Number 9, he calls his son a dildo in this movie over and over again. That is his name for his son. Number 9, what Alec Baldwin movie does he refer to his son as a dildo? Several times. Number 10, what movie is about Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins jumping around the woods? What is that movie called? I don't know if they're exactly jumping around. There's some jumping, a lot of running and jumping. They're in the woods. Anthony Hopkins, Alec Baldwin. What's that movie? My son hates this round. You might hear him crying in the background. And for 2 points, in what movie does Alec Baldwin's wife have Alzheimer's? That would be like a 2-point question if you're playing along at home. Pretty tough question. In what movie does Alec Baldwin's wife have Alzheimer's? All right, those are your 11 quick questions about Alec Baldwin movies. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with those answers. Alexis, I hope you got most of these since you picked the category. We'll see you in just a second. All right, here we go. Question number 1, Alec Baldwin movies. In what movie is he married to Gina Davis? The answer was Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. And they die, and then they live in that house, and then Winona Ryder's there, and then Beetlejuice comes and tries to terrorize everything. Beetlejuice is only on screen in that movie for like 16 or 17 minutes, I think. And I don't think the original title of it was Beetlejuice, but I think that character tested through the roof, so they renamed it, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It seems like that because it's one of those cases where it's like, oh, he's not even in there, which is nuts when you watch it again. You're like, well, when is he going to be on screen? He doesn't come in through like 3/4 of the way of the movie, I think. None of that information may be accurate, but I feel like that was all the last time I watched it. I'm like, where is he? Number 2, Alan Hunley was in the Mission Impossible films, most recently Mission Impossible Fallout, but also Rogue Nation, and maybe the one before that. I don't know if he was just in the last 2 or the last 3, but Alan Hunley, Alec Baldwin's character in the Mission Impossible series. Number 3, he shares the cover with Sean Connery. That is the Tom Clancy book/movie, The Hunt for Red October. The Hunt for Red October. Never seen it, but I think he plays Jack Ryan in that. I think he was the first Jack Ryan, if I'm not mistaken. Number 4, he plays an infant. That, of course, is Boss Baby, which is now a series on Netflix where he doesn't do the voice, but they got a pretty good Alec Baldwin impersonator. And I think they're making a Boss Baby sequel, but who knows? Number 5, his ex-wife is Meryl Streep, and then they start banging around again. It's Complicated is the name of that movie. I don't even know if my mom likes this that much, but I watched it with her one time at her house, which is kind of a weird movie. It's like, hey, Mom, let's watch old people have sex. Let's do that on like a Christmas morning. It's weird. Number 6, we had, Coffee is for Closers. That was Glengarry Glen Ross, a title which I don't like. That's too many Glens in there. Glengarry Glen Ross. Number 7, failed superhero movie from 1994, The Shadow, which I think was based on the old radio plays. The Shadow Knows is the phrase that he says, and he comes at you as a shadow. Did not take off. Nobody saw it. It was kind of like The Phantom, which was right around that time with Jude Law. No, not Jude Law. Jude Law went on to do stuff. Billy, I don't know. He was in Titanic with Leo in the card game. Billy something. I forget. Number 8, we had this one. It's the thickest Boston accent and crime movie. It was The Departed. That's where everybody's a rat. And he's got a great accent in that movie. I love that movie, The Departed. Martin Scorsese. Number 9, he calls his son a dildo. That movie is Outside Providence, which is kind of one of those hidden gem movies that if you haven't seen it, you should go back and watch it. It's just a really good coming-of-age, college-y type movie, but Alec Baldwin's the dad in it, Outside Providence. Great movie. Number 10, The Woods, Frolicking Around the Woods with Anthony Hopkins. I think they're trying to kill each other. It's called The Edge from 1997. The Edge with Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. And your bonus for 2 points, if you're playing along at home, his wife has Alzheimer's. This is a very sad movie, but a great depiction of what it's like to live with Alzheimer's. And she won the Oscar for it, Julianne Moore. The movie's called Still Alice from 2014. Still Alice. Very sad, but definitely worth watching, especially if you know somebody going through that. It helps you kind of understand what that might be like to be diagnosed and things. Alec Baldwin movies. That was a topic picked by Alexis Eck. Alexis, I hope you've seen all those movies or you got a good score on those and got some fun out of this episode, trying to play along. If you have a topic you want me to do, all you got to do is donate $5 over on patreon.com/triviawithbuds. You get to pick a topic monthly that I do, and we got some great ones coming up, including Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Archer in the next few days to end out September here. So get excited for those. You also are going to get a bonus item if you become one of my next 4 $5 Patreon subscribers. I will send you a pin from The Office. It's Kevin. If you like the show The Office, you're going to love this pin. And as an incentive to get you guys to sign up, we have just 4 of those to give away. My friend Luke in Australia has claimed the first one, and I'd love for you to get pins 2 through 5 if you're into that kind of thing. I love enamel pins. I think they're really cool, and I try not to spend a lot of money on them because I would buy every one I see. But I have about 10 or 15 on my visor in my car. That's where I keep them. And I think they're fun to collect and look at every time I pull that visor down on a sunny day. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you want more of it, make sure you click subscribe. And if you really dig it, think about leaving me an iTunes review. That would be very cool of you, and that helps people learn about the show in new ways and get up there on those trivia charts. I don't know if those exist, but if they do, I'd like to be up on them. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.